Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about one little word that is very common and very versatile. It's the word piuttosto. It looks like a simple word, but it has a few different meanings and it's often used in ways that surprise English speakers. So let's look at what piuttosto really means and how Italians actually use it in their everyday conversations. Remember that the notes of this video lesson are available for free and you can find them by clicking on the link that you find below this video. Piuttosto very often is linked with che, piuttosto che, and it means rather or instead. Let's start with the meaning most learners know, which is the translation of piuttosto as rather or instead. You're going to use it, just like in English, to express preference. Let's look at this example. Preferisco il tè piuttosto che il caffè, meaning I prefer tea rather than coffee. Let's look at another example. Andiamo al mare piuttosto che in montagna. Let's go to the beach rather than the mountains. Preferisco andare in bicicletta piuttosto che usare l'automobile. Once again, I'm saying I prefer the bicycle to the car. You're going to often use this with the structure piuttosto che, and it's going to be used to compare two things that you prefer to show that one is more preferable than the other. You can have piuttosto che plus a verb with the meaning I'd rather. Okay? So if you want to say I'd rather do this than that, you can remember that formula. Let's look at this example. Piuttosto che uscire con lui, sto a casa. Meaning, I'd rather stay home than go out with him. In this case, piuttosto che introduces something you'd prefer not to do. Big, big, big warning. Some Italians have problems with this little word piuttosto because sometimes they use it with the meaning of oppure, oltre, but grammatically that's not correct. Now, let's look at this tricky part because in spoken Italian, colloquial language, many Italians make this mistake. So instead of using it as rather or instead, they use it as or. I say this because it's more common to hear this in Northern Italy. In Northern Italy, it just seems that we don't like to speak correct grammar and we make this mistake. I've heard it also by journalists in the news. So please, I know that you can be confused if you hear an Italian saying it like this, but since you are studying correct Italian grammar, learn it correctly and don't make the mistake, okay? I'll give you an example just to show you how sometimes bad Italians from the north use this. If I say, possiamo andare in pizzeria piuttosto che al giapponese, piuttosto che a casa tua. The meaning is, we can go to a pizzeria or to the Japanese place or to your place. Once again, this is not correct. You should not use it with this meaning, okay? Because in this case, you're not showing preferences, but you're listing options. So grammatically, this is not standard. It's not correct, but unfortunately, more and more Italians are using it. So in order to block this, please don't use it like this. Use it as I have been teaching you so far. So use it with the idea of rather or instead. Another option of using piuttosto is with the idea of quite or fairly. You will hear this in everyday speech. Italians just simply love this little word. And piuttosto can mean quite. Let's look at some examples. Giulio è piuttosto stanco oggi, meaning Giulio is quite tired today. Il film era piuttosto interessante. The movie was fairly interesting. So if you have been studying Italian for a little bit, you might associate this way of using piuttosto with a similar meaning of abbastanza or molto. I think piuttosto is probably a little bit softer. So the next time that you hear a person saying è piuttosto bello, this means it's pretty nice, but not necessarily amazing. So have you ever been confused by piuttosto? Let me know in the comments, and I hope that this video helped to clear your doubts. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do it now. It's free for you and it really helps me. We'll see each other next week. Un bacio. Mwah!